see what happens today. Especially for the ones who missed on Saturday. Wow, good for you. And we missed you. On top of that, we missed you. All right. So there's a line that Kirtan that talks about uh, Riti and Siddhi, and it refers or is translated to be um, the things that the things that we can attain through the practice of yoga. So there's things that can happen through our practice of yoga, and one of them is to obtain what is known as siddhis. And siddhi is a an ability. So we awaken basically an ability of the body, which is a natural ability of human beings, to start developing things like mind reading and energy, power of moving things around, and you've seen all those paranormal activities and things. So things that can happen because the body and its energy is awakened, and then there's things that can happen, right? And so and so the kirtan says, I really don't want any of that. Really don't want any richness or engagement into things, because I know that those things are just going to come to an end. And they're really speaking about desire, right? And wanting things. So um, there is this teaching that Maharaji really emphasizes, which is about, if we think about something that we want or we desire something, the only reason that we're desiring that is because we're looking for happiness to begin with. That's just put to the side. But there's two things that can happen from that desire: either that we get it or that we don't get it. So if we get it, then we become greedy. Greed happens naturally. So, and he usually plays the example of, okay, I'm taking the bus and I'm looking around and I wish I had a bicycle to just move around because I'm sick of taking the public transportation. And so when we get the bicycle, then we look around, it's like, and then we just see somebody crossing in their own car. And it's like, I wish I had that car now because my bicycle kind of sucks. It's a lot of effort. And when I see my car and I get my little Yugo, those exist anymore or whatever, then I see a Mercedes or whatever, a Tesla driving by, and it's like, oh, now I wish I have not this little sucky Yugo, but I want my Tesla. And so it's almost inevitable, right, that we start developing greed as our wishes are being granted or not. The other option, of course, is to not get it. And so when we don't get it, then there is this deception and there's this sadness, and then there's all that leads into eventually being anger and being frustrated and being, again, disappointed. And so anger is one of those very strong energies on the body that really clouds the heart and really clouds our mind. So my guru always says that whenever you feel anger, whenever you start feeling that something has triggered us to feel anger, then immediately stop. Immediately check, take a deep breath, and always speak sweetly. Always speak sweetly to other people. Never respond in aggression. Never hurt anybody. And the reason behind that is because in every human being, and in every being actually in the world, if we believe in that, whatever supreme power might be for you, and many of us call it God, that existence of the supreme being is in each and every one of those people. So if we get angry, we block that energy, the recognition. We are disrespecting, in a way, in a very simplistic way, the essence, right? The observance that the other person, the value that the person has. So anger is one of those emotions that we need to avoid. So again, going back to the cities, that simply that only feeds our ego, right? If we get those cities, and people sometimes look to, they're levitating, or they're just reading minds, or they're, being in two places at the same time, whatever that expression is called. So it's all these just, oh, I can do this, and look, I can, create powder on my hands, and I create miracles, right? And that's just, Maharaji says, my guru says that whenever you see that, run the opposite direction. That is just a person who's fulfilling their ego, and that is not a spiritual person. It's not a spiritual person that you want to be around, at least, because they're lost into that. So again, in a very ideal world, we want to not create desires, and the only desire should be, the only one that doesn't have a repercussion are the desires for spirituality. So with that in mind, maybe today we can concentrate into just observing the physical body in a very neutral way. It might be a very slow, gentle class for some of us, and please feel comfortable to take a cushion, take a block, take a blanket, whatever things that might be available to you to just observe your physical body. I know my body today needs a little bit of healing and a little bit of time to recover and be 100%. So I know that yoga is for all times, right? For all seasons and for all temperaments of the day. So maybe today is one of those days. And so if we allow ourselves first to connect and to feel that we're observing kindly, this is what is called self-care, right? Are we taking care of our body? Can we allow ourselves to slowly observe the inhalation that enters into our body very, very gently, and let the exhalation slowly exhale when your body is ready, and then kindly just observe. Pause as you exhale completely, and then really honor the inhalation as your body is ready to breathe into your lungs. And you hold the breath as long as you need to hold it. And so, what does it mean? What happens in our head? What are the thoughts that come around? And can I just exhale and let everything else release and surrender? And we pause to take an inhalation that expands the rib cage. And we hold it for as long as the body needs to hold that breath. And where does the breath enter? Where in your body are you focusing or containing it? And then can you exhale it and breathe it out? Can I allow my right hand to come slowly in front of my head as I inhale and bend the right elbow? Palm hand faces towards the head area, and I'm going to allow my index finger, my pointing finger, and my middle finger of the right hand to flex so they touch the palm of my right hand again. And so the palm hand is just facing towards my body, towards my face. And I exhale because that's how I start and prepare my body. And I press the left nostril with my ring finger and just simply inhale kindly into this position. Let your body let exhale or inhale any air through the left nostril. And I prepare my body to slowly exhale through the right nostril as I breathe out. Then when your body is ready, inhale through your right nostril as deeply as your body needs to. You hold it for a few seconds, letting your body get used to, and then exhale through the same nostril. Allow your right nostril to breathe out. Soften your face. The whole point is to find relaxation, rhythm. Inhale when your body is ready to breathe in through the right nostril. You hold it for as long as you need to. And then you softly exhale when your body is ready to exhale. Again, do not rush. One more time. Pausing in between to inhale. And then exhale very kindly. This time we're going to count. You're going to inhale for 12 at your own pace. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold it for 6, 4, 5, 6. Exhale for 6, 5, 6. Hold it for 6. Inhale for 12. 9, 10, 11, 12. Hold it for 6. And exhale for 6. This time 12. Hold for 6. Inhale for 12. Hold it. Exhale for your own 6. Do not rush your count. Maintain it constant. This time we're going to hold it for 6. You're going to inhale for 12. When you finish your count, keep counting. Close with your thumb the nose and hold it for 6. Both nostrils, left nostril opens and exhale for 6. Hold it for 6. Inhale for 12 on the left nostril alone. Hold it by closing both for 6. Hold both nostrils closed. Open the right and exhale through the right or through your thumb. Hold it. Inhale for 6 on the right nostril, for 12 I should say. Hold it for 6. Exhale for 6. On the opposite side, right? On the left nostril. Hold it. Inhale for 6. I'm sorry, for 12. Hold it for 6. Exhale for 6. Hold it for 6. Inhale for 12. Hold it. Exhale through the left for 6. Hold it. Inhale for 12. Hold it for 6. Exhale for 6. Hold it for 6. Inhale for 12. Hold it. Exhale through left, sixth count of six. Hold it. Inhale through the left, 12. Exhale finally. Relax your hand. Take a few seconds to observe your breath and can extend, and you can reduce the increase of times that you breathe, but it's about a soothing and finding your own rhythm, finding your own pace, letting your body exhale very gently. And if your legs need to stretch, by all means, extend your legs forward, across the legs the opposite direction, whichever is most comfortable for your body. And allow very, very gently for your body to slowly exhale forward through your head. So your body drops the chin into your chest area, and you slowly extend the neck muscles, the shoulder blade muscles, the muscles in between the shoulder blades all the way towards the base of the spine. And you're going to kindly take your hands and raise them slowly over your head, over the back of your head, over the back of your neck, over the back of the ears, and the elbows slowly move gently towards the ground. Not because you're pushing the head, you're simply elongating softly. Feel that by the touch of your fingers, by a minor pressure, your head extends to your cervical spine, that you're slowly breathing into all the points and travel with your mind from the root of your head. So what happens into the neck area or the cervical spine, in the thoracic spine, the spine that is right in the center of your rib cage, all the way towards the lumbar area? What is it that feels when your body breathes gently into that position? How are your lungs playing with the extension and contraction of your rib cage? One more time. Feel your body breathing in and let your body exhale all the way through. Last one inhalation. Take your body to breathe in deeply. As the body exhales, allow your body to slowly bring your head very, very gently. Do not rush it. Do not soften any uh, quicker than your body allows it, and restack your vertebrae. You have now arched the spine forward. Now feel that your vertebrae column extends and comes back into center position, and let your hands rest on the back of your body with your legs extended, with your legs crossed, completely relevant, and let your body slowly raise your chin as if your throat extends and your eyes roll over your eyebrows, and then slowly behind the eyelids, and feel your throat extends and your tongue moves towards the roof of the mouth, and you're moving, or the lining or the mucosa or that entire layer of your derma, of the inner covering of your throat, of the back of your throat, of your trachea, of your esophagus. Feel your body just moving and extending, and reach with your tongue towards the roof of your mouth, and your eyes soften, your facial expression extends, and feel that your shoulders shift back so you can really open the chest and dedicate the time. What happens when you're extending? And not only in the spiritual world and that subtle body that we have, but also in the physical body, right? We're working with the tongue muscle that pulls and activates your parathyroid glands, that really controls the phosphorus and calcium composition of your bone and your bone structure, the strength of the bone skeleton, and the frame that works with and sustains your body. But also the thyroid gland that supports and maintains gently the activity, the respiration, the way that each and every cell works and breathes and produces energy, and the rate at which it produces energy. So find that your movement, extension, that your eyes and your spine move, that by simply rolling your eyes back, by activating your eyes, you're actually moving the muscles that move the eyeballs, and then activate the optical nerve that connects to your brain. And the brain is such a short connection to your eyes. And let your body one more time inhale to feel that your body slowly moves, and exhale all the way through. When your body's ready, raise, inhale very, very gently. Bring your head back to center and allow your body to slowly settle into sitting position. and allow kindly for your right arm to slowly move wide and up towards the sky, raising it gently, and allow it to slowly bend as if your right elbow bends gently over the head, and maybe your hand touches the outside of your head, the ear, the back of your neck, the back of the head area, and your right elbow is flexed. So your bicep is strong and contracted while your tricep is extended, and let your left arm come around, and your left arm softly, do not pull it, do not force it, touches the right elbow kindly, and then lifts, not pushing, not over flexing, lifts the right elbow towards the sky until your body feels that your torso leans a little bit and your underarm opens, and you can feel your shoulder blade in the outside, your lat muscles extending, the muscles in between your ribs extending, the muscles all the way towards the root of your waist extending, and stay in this position and see how far does your body need to extend, to open, to broaden that space in the right side of your body. And you breathe, and your breath is constant. Do not push the back of your neck. Do not press the cervical spine. Open the underarm. And again, feel that your muscles are extended, that you're really cleansing. There's so much that happens into our glands, right? Into the endocrine glands inside the body, as much as the lymphatic system has nodules that are also called glands that support and maintain gently the immune system in the body, and feel that your body drains and extends and opens, and let those tissues, deep tissues, to just surrender all pressure when your body is ready to exhale all the way to breathe completely out, and then raise very, very gently, inhaling, allowing your right elbow, right shoulder, right arm to slowly exhale, and bring gently your right arm around and gently back behind your body, as if your fingers are moving across the lower back, and see if that left hand slowly pulls the right fingers a little bit or a whole bunch across your lower back without forcing. The shoulder tends to roll forward because the chest is so tight and close, and the chest sinks in. So try to open the shoulder, try to move it wide so that there's enough room and space between the sternum and the tip of the shoulder and the scapular connection to your clavicle, and let the right elbow drop towards the ground, and your left chest to widen, and your body opens, and you can not pull, not overextend, but just simply move. Squeeze the parts that need to be squeezed, and open the parts that need to be open. The jaw draws in. Do not push through your legs, through your knees. Feel your body exhaling one more time, allowing your belly, allowing your chest, allowing your spine, sitting through your tailbone area, finding the breath that supports the right side of your body. Exhale all the way through. Are you really breathing? Are you really engaging? And let the exhalation, again, guiding and supporting movement of tissues, movement of ligaments, movement of joints, that all this pressure is held and supported into our body, that we don't have to sweat to really feel the benefit. Quite the contrary, sometimes it's just sustaining. So let those muscles and tendons and ligaments and fascia to really move internally. Let your body one more time delineate, to find that by the movement, you're actually creating space into those muscles so they become shapely and supportive. And when your body's ready, allow your right hand to undo, and let your right hand slowly soften and bring it gently towards the side of your body. And you breathe in, sit gently. Exhale kindly into this pose, and let your left arm then come around and raise it gently towards the sky. Doesn't mean forcing anything. Range of movement is your range. Bend the elbows so it touches the side of the head, the back of the head, the back of your neck or shoulder blades. Flex your left elbow as much as your body needs to, and your right hand then prepares to intentionally bring it over the left elbow. And let your body exhale slowly, so your triceps, the back of the arm from the shoulder, all the way extend. Your biceps, the two muscles that flex the forearm towards the arm, allow those to be contracted. So the back of the arm, the three muscles that connect the elbow through the back of the shoulder blade, are extended. And you can actually feel them, and start feeling your underarm, feeling the muscles. And you can start feeling the blood flow that feels like change of temperature, right? Your body starts feeling that you're shifting warmth through the body. And so adjust it, move it. Do not lock, do not block. energy to flow, just simply let the muscles, not force or muscle your way into it. Simply extend from the shoulder blade and rib cage. And maybe you start feeling slowly your ribs. Maybe you can start feeling that your torso leans a little bit to the right side, and maybe your feeling becomes a little bit deeper towards the waist, towards your oblique muscles, and your body exhales to the right side. And your neck is never tense, and you breathe in and then support the exhalation. Kindly observe that your hand, your wrist, your elbows, your head exhales kindly towards the ground. One more time, breathe in. Observe that your belly, your torso, your spine, and your last long inhalation. Observe your extension as your body exhales, and you breathe kindly all the way towards the right side, and then inhale. Again, use your breath to extend and find mindfulness. Where are you thinking about? What are we focusing? Can you let your left arm and your hands to slowly move around and feel the movement of that range of movement of the shoulder, entire scapular area? Your left hand comes across your body with your right hand, just pulling it gently, maybe towards the center of your back, and maybe towards across the hip, maybe all the way towards the right side of your waist, and your left elbow is dropping down towards the ground. Your left shoulder blade shifts back, so your space between the shoulder and the chest is wide, and you find your body slowly opening that shoulder, and find the jaw and your neck and your spine and your jaw supports the extension of the vertebrae column, right? They're all connected, sitting into your sitting bones. Allow your breath. Can you feel how the lungs expand that left side of your body? And the exhalation squeezes gently the air out, contracting your rib cage, and the expansion of the rib cage as your breath comes in. And so what happens into those muscles? And sometimes we think that it's a fast, quick movement that allows the muscles to become active or to have that muscle memory, the muscle strength. And is actually a slow, connective and sustained movement of the muscle that creates a deeper connection to the center of the heart of the muscle, right? The external muscles, the outside fibers of the muscles are fast twitching. So those that contract really fast. The ones that produce endurance are the white fibers inside, deep into the muscles. So can you find and visualize, look with your mind side, as challenging as that may be, that the exhalation slowly empties one more time. Feel the long last deep breath into the left side of your torso. And then exhale and relax slowly the left hand, the right hand, the shoulders, slowly soften the body, sitting very gently, extending your legs all the way in front of your torso if they're not already there, and allow your body to slowly reach with your hands towards your thighs, bend your knees as much as needed, find that your hands reach for your ankles, or maybe your hands slowly touch the tip of your toes if that's even possible. Again, bend your knees as much as your body needs to bend them, and then slowly start bending the knees deeply so your spine rounds forward. Do not force, do not flatten your back unless you're really flexible, and your toes will start being pulled in by your fingers, by your hands, and your feet are perpendicular, and your heels press out, and the palms of hands come over your feet, and your neck softens, and your head softens, and your shoulder blades separate, and your belly button area comes in, and you can feel how the flexion of the toes and feet extends the calves and extends the hamstrings. And you observe your body one more time, broadening your shoulders. So your breath opens the back and the exhalation flexes the belly. Move your belly, move the entire abdomen. Deep breath. Do not get stuck in this is how it's going to be for the rest of my life. Do not get thinking that that's the way that your life, the entire body is going to behave forever. Again, give an opportunity for your body to heal. Let your body able to move and reshape, find its way into its best possible shape and form and activity, right? That's the important part. It's not how it looks, but how it behaves. How are my muscles and organs and blood stream and the effectiveness of the circulation of my blood through veins and arteries? How am I distributing through the arteries the oxygenated blood into my tissues? How is that returning? How are my nerves? How is the whole net of nerve cords through my body? Can I find one more time the breath that sustains and the opportunity that I'm giving myself to really find a complete flexion of those toes, to really observe that the fascia and the muscles are stretching, that my knees are maybe a little bit more extended or longer when my last long inhalation happens to support the extension of the ribs. The exhalation slowly breathes out, softening hands and toes and feet, and let your inhale, deep breath in. Let your right knee flex in, if possible. Feel that your right foot comes slowly into the inner thigh first. Let's start there with the heel or the heel of the right foot into the inner thigh or the root of the inner thigh towards the groin area as much as your body allows it. And let your right knee stay long and wide towards the side of your body and press actively with the foot into the inner thigh while maintaining the left leg perpendicular to the ground and ceiling. And then slowly with your right hand, we're going to bring the right foot or the right heel knee up while the heel and foot are staying on the inner thigh, and hold it and hug it and breathe. And so what happens when your torso and leg are very, very tall and your shoulders are lower and the elbows are lower and your jaw draws in and you find your body sitting tall? Can you open the outside of your thighs? And so what does it feel to open those muscles out there? And what is my abdomen doing at this point that is not forcing my back, that my back is relaxed, that I can actually place my head and my jaw in the right placement so that lengthens the vertebrae column. One more time, breathe, contract that right knee. And then exhale, let that right knee slowly soften towards the ground. It doesn't matter how far or how deep the heel is into the groin, let that right leg slowly settle. And maybe my right hand comes on the outside of the thigh and my left hand comes on the between the calf and hamstring and rolls the inner thigh out. So I can feel my thigh rotating and opening from the very hip area, from the root of the hip. For some of us, the leg doesn't touch the ground, and that's perfectly okay. For a few of us, the leg touches the ground completely, and we don't need to do anything but simply place the left hand behind and press back your torso to extend the torso away from that right leg so the inner thigh opens even deeper and your body exhales. And you can feel how that pulls slowly from the, again, insertion behind the abdominal cavity to your psoas muscles, to your abdomen muscles, to your back area. Feel that your leg opens wide and your heel presses in and your toes are active. And you can feel how that leg extends and breathes into it. One more time. Do not force the knee, as you already know. Protect your joints. Exhale all the way through. Feel that your right leg really pulls away from your body, and then slowly bring it one more time. Contract it. Breathe in. Heel active. Foot into the inner thigh, and breathe it. Allow your body and torso to move gently against each other and let your knee come as tall as needed. One more time, observe your shoulders and spine. When your body's ready, feel that you're really activating, that your flexion comes from the abdominal cavity, from deep inside. One more time, believe that your body's really activating, that you're really flexing those muscles. And then exhale, and then press the heel, press the foot, and drop the knee slowly. Again, you can stay as high off the ground, as deep into the floor as you need to, or as far away as your right leg allows, so your inner thigh extends, and you can slowly extend away from the inner thigh without forcing the knee, the ankle, the joint of the hip, just the muscles. And your head and neck relaxes, and you breathe in, and you contract your belly away from that thigh area, and you use your right hand as much as needed, and let your belly exhale. Find your last two breaths. Exhale through your spine. When your body's ready, exhale all the way through and then carry slowly back upright. Bring your right knee up. This time you're going to soften the right foot and you're going to extend the right leg forward and you're going to bring the opposite leg heel into your groin, into your inner thigh, sole of the foot. Left leg is as steady to the ground as needed. And then you're going to carry it gently off the ground, inhaling. Hug it, breathing in. And so how far and how deep does that move? And what are the muscles that move inside by creating that hip flexion? Can you embrace that left knee? How high can you feel the muscles extending on the outer thigh area, glute area, while your abdomen retracts and your jaw draws in and your shoulders are drawn into away from the ears into the torso? So how much of this your body is hearing? Can you really internalize your own movement? Right? The idea of the mind traveling in all kinds of thoughts, especially when you're moving gently, you're not really forcing the activity into your body, and it may become soft, and the mind tends to be distracted. Your idea is to bring it to the tension. Can you activate subtle things? This is where we train the mind. Otherwise, we get tired, we get drained, and we forget about everything that we're doing right now. If you are really strengthening, it's about just connecting to your mind. Let your last two breaths. Can I observe my abdomen and my thigh coming into the chest in my last long session? How is my spine? How am I things taking for granted things? Can I allow the exhalation to slowly, not forcing my knee, not my ankle, not my hip, settling your right leg presses against the foot and the foot into the leg, and the left hand slowly moves away from your body, from your inner thigh, holding. If your leg is not all the way touching the ground, you can roll the inner thigh out so you can feel that it moves through the root of the thigh area outside, or your body exhales slowly into this position, allowing maybe your left hand to just press the leg, or maybe your right elbow slowly moves, or your right hand moves and your right elbow bends, and you can feel the body pressing away from the inner thigh to just extend, to flatten the belly and activate the extension from the inner thigh. So completely up to you, the degree, the extension. Find your body exhaling, not to force anything, not to feel overheating in anything, but can you let those muscles really stretch? And your head and your neck exhales. Find your jaw. Open the shoulders. And most importantly, can you stay connected with your mind and not fly away, right? Not think away. Can you stay slowly? And again, sometimes it is more of an internal conversation than an external action. It's about, again, managing the intention of the mind. Can your intellect direct your mind to be attentive? Let your last three breaths. Observe that your belly, your entire abdomen flattens so you can feel the extension through the inner thigh one last time. Feel that the exhalation empties and you can feel the entire gut area moving, and then slowly one more time contract. This is your last opportunity for that left leg that slowly contracts and moves the outside of the hip, contracts the abdomen, contracts the entire left side of the abdomen muscles. Open the outer thigh, move your chest, move your rib cage into that leg, and the leg as high as your body allows it, and really open. And so it's not just a movement. Can you feel anything? If you cannot feel anything, observe what are the adjustments that I need to do so my movement feels and activates parts of my body. So is it about my right leg being um, adjusted and activated in a way that is perpendicular and aligned, and let your entire hip and torso, is my shoulders, is it my head, is it my neck? Can I soften my facial expression? Can I connect my breathing? Can I feel your body? Again, if there's anything that comes up, an emotion, thought, idea, distraction, can you breathe it out and intentionally let that thought energy just release out of the body and stay just clean? Observe your body to just be like a clean slate, allowing all your attention to be of that loving intention towards your body. Let your last long inhalation, can you feel the body to slowly extend and open and breathe? And then finally, exhale and let your last extension on the left inner thigh outside your body as your left knee opens wide, as your right hand comes outside the body, or maybe the right elbow, or maybe the right forearm, maybe the left hand presses into the inner thigh on the left, and let your abdomen and flattening the entire spine and feel that your psoas muscles pull, and you can visualize the connection of the muscles. You can feel what muscles are being pulled, what muscles are being extended, that your body exhales into this position. When your body inhales, your neck slowly looks towards the ground, towards the shoulder, towards the chest. Is your jaw, is your facial expression? Are you connected to your breath? And you, again, use all the tools that you have and let your body be connected. One more time, breathe in deeply, and then exhale all the way through in your last final deep breath. Empty from those muscles that are really connected, that you really feel the stretch deep inside, and slowly come back up. Very gently, bring in the knee, bring in the leg, extend it gently forward. Allow your body to slowly exhale. Very slowly bring the right leg as wide outside your yoga mat, as perpendicular towards your body as you need to. Your right toes, right knee, right heel outside your body, and the left and right hand move slowly towards the left leg, and you're going to round your spine. Less is always more. So find that your body slowly moves very gently over that left leg and left shin. And maybe your hands slowly come a little bit wider. Maybe your hands come a little bit farther forward. Maybe your hands come closer towards the leg. Maybe your torso and spine slowly move gently closer towards your knee, towards your shin. Maybe your elbows and forearms touch the ground. You can place your forehead gently towards the direction of your leg or shin. And you breathe. And not because that's the ultimate, not because you're pushing through your neck, is a slow observation. What happens when you activate your toes? What happens when you move your shoulders evenly, when you move your torso? And what is the resistance? And do I need to feel pain, or can I just feel a healing sensation, giving enough space and time and rounding of the back to open all the muscles that need to be open? That the exhalation empties all the way through your spine, to your torso, through your hamstrings, through the muscles behind your leg, not because you're tearing anything. You're being very patient to observe the muscles just elongating. How many times do we actually spend seconds of our week just extending and dedicated to the hamstring muscles on the left leg, or the calf muscles, or the position of my ankle or my left foot? How much is the luxury that we have right now to really spend time into observing that these are balanced, that my shoulders are balanced, my neck and intention is of a loving and self-caring of the left leg, that my body is breathing all the way through in this position, that my right hip and right leg is as wide and comfortable in this position as needed, that my exhalation empties one more time all the way through. Can I find my last long deep breath? I observe my body slowly exhaling, reaching through that left leg as deeply as my body will allow today. And it's okay wherever it is. Can I walk my hands? Again, how difficult that is for my body, or how easy it is for my body. Can I allow my spine? So when I retract, when I raise my torso, what is the feeling? Where do I feel it in my body first? Can I bring my right leg forward and my left leg wide? And can I feel now the opposite intention of my movement? Can I allow my body to slowly look towards the right side? And then what does it feel like to be balanced and be supportive? That my hands softly settle towards the ground, that my torso slowly moves gently forward, that my hands slowly move wider, move closer, move farther. It doesn't matter. And your spine is not forcing anything. Your spine is letting your neck, your shoulders, your back reach slowly towards the ground without expectations, without having to force anything. Let your body just slowly. And if your breath is, again, difficult or labored, that means you've gone too far. If you've forgotten to breathe, you maybe are not active enough into that movement. Can you let the elbows and the forearms exhale and stretch, and you feel your spine and hips and waist? Are you judging your body? How amazing my body is that I can actually place my forehead in my shin? Or are you judging your body and how frustrating it is? Again, is it a desire, or is it simply an observation, an intention of moving, of finding health and feeling those tendons, of visualizing every muscle fiber, not just the external ones, the fast twitching fibers, but the deep, the heart of the muscle? And let that deep part of your body really breathe, really find, again, its endurance, right? The idea of endurance comes from those deep, hard working muscles inside. And what is the energy that I'm bringing to them? What is the breath? Am I using my diaphragm? Am I connecting to my shoulders when I breathe? Can I allow my facial expression? Are my thoughts and my intentions really connected? Can I find and spend, really spend a couple more breaths into my right leg? Can I feel my body one more time, inhaling? And as I exhale, really breathe gently into that right leg, and then slowly, slowly bring my hands to come in, to raise, to open, to lengthen the vertebrae column, to find my body tall, to bring the left leg gently forward, and allow my left leg all the way in front of my body, allowing the heels to come in towards each other, the soles of your feet to face towards each other, the big toes to almost flex off away from each other. My heels come as close as my body allows it into my groin area. And my hands are going to slowly place onto the thighs, into the knees, into the shins, into the ankles, into the toes, into the ground. And I'm going to slowly bring my knees very tall by pressing the heels, by pressing the pinky side of my feet into the ground. And then exhale, holding my knees. Can I find by my torso moving forward from the base of the spine, what parts of my body am I moving? Am I stretching anything? Why is it, again, that my body is able to move this far? Is it a lot? Is it not so much? What are the parts of my body that are talking to me at this point? Am I forcing something? And I find my last long extension. Feel that extension comes long and forward through my torso. And as I exhale, letting my knees, exhale my knees and letting the heels always connected, the pinky side of my feet always connected, and find that my body, again, is not engaged into wants or needs or desires, but is allowing it to be just present and to observe that my torso opens the inner thighs. And my hands may hold my knees, may hold my thighs, may hold my inner thighs and pull them from the inside of my hamstrings outwardly. So I'm rotating through the head of my femur. The head of the femur is the head of the thigh bone that enters into the hips and connects into the pelvic area. And maybe my hands slowly come gently towards the ground. Maybe the head slowly comes gently towards the floor. Maybe my forehead rests onto my big toes, allowing my body to slowly settle and feel what is the movement that allows my legs and knees to be the most extended, right? We forget about holding and supporting and sustaining the movement. We escape, we move very quickly in our lives. We never stay present. So the effort, it takes a lot more work and attention to be present, to be in the moment, to lengthen the torso. It's so much easier to quit. It's so much easier to skip, to not look in. So much easier to check out. And so yoga doesn't do anything but open the invitation to be just present, to be here with all the things that come up, with all the ideas, with all the emotions. Can I find myself just completely invested into the moment? When my breath exhales and I feel my body, I find my last valuable breath in this position. I exhale all the way through, again, pressing my heels and then observe my hands walking in, feeling my body slowly climbing up, and observe my torso, my spine, and very, very gently, I'm going to allow my right leg to stay on my yoga mat, my left leg to travel gently around and behind, and I'm going to slowly flex my left foot behind. So my left knee is as wide behind as possible. So my inner thigh of that left leg is as close to the ground as possible. And I am going to allow my right knee and right foot to be settled. And I'm going to bring my left hand across towards the left side of my yoga mat. And I'm going to slowly look directly towards the yoga mat, directly towards the ground, so I can balance my shoulders. So my left thigh, my left knee press back, open the inner thigh of the left leg. My right inner thigh opens wide, my right inner thigh towards the right side. And my torso starts leaning forward, and I can feel my body slowly, not flexing your knees, not forcing the ankles, adjusting your feet, moving and adjusting your ankles, and you're adjusting the heels, and let your torso keep moving. Maybe a little bit farther forward. Maybe your body's able to slowly exhale your forehead towards the ground, or maybe your arms are able to extend all the way out in front of your body, and see what happens with your hips, with your inner thighs. And again, pain or distrust in the movement, observe that, and then step back from that edge, take a little bit less intensity, let your body adjust into it, settle your right hip, settle your back and shoulders, your feet and ankles, let them find comfort into this position. Can you observe your hands and arms helping you? Start gently. Once you're trusting the position, can you let your body slowly exhale in such a way that your back becomes less tense, less protective? Your shoulders become less tight, and your facial expression becomes less, again, holding the position. So allow your body to be having as much liberty to be as tall and easy in the position until your body trusts the pose. And then once your body starts trusting the position, stay in that edge. Observe your breath in and observe your breath out. When and if your body, can you find that your back, is your back protective? Are you holding the position with your back? Or are you letting your body exhale? And where is your mind going? Where is it that is naturally your mind going to at this point? Are you observing the moment? Can you just be in the moment? There's nothing you can do right now for anything else. There's no problems, there's no situations that you can fix or change at this point except the present moment. And you observe and give yourself 100% of attention into the present moment. When your body is finally ready, and you can let for this one breath, back and shoulders and neck and spine and hips and knee, to release as you exhale. Kindly walk your hands very, very gently back in. You're going to roll over the right thigh, the right hip. So you're really rolling onto the right side of your body. So the left leg and the left knee easily come off the ground. And you're going to slowly travel. So give him enough room for that leg to travel around softly, very gently, very slowly. And you're going to move exactly in the mirror position, in the opposite direction, with my right thigh, right knee, and adjust it. Both legs are not equally flexible. So one side is a lot easier to reach into the ground. The opposite side is a lot easier to be more flexible, or extension comes easier to that rather than the opposite. And so be kind, be gentle. Flex your toes to support your knees, as you already know. Find your ankles, find your heels. Modify as much as you need to in this position. So your hands are placed gently in front of your body. Maybe your arms are wide, and this is as far as you're going to go in this position. Maybe your body needs to raise your torso a lot taller, and your body slowly then maybe stays most comfortable. Maybe for some of us, the elbows, the shoulders, and the torso come slowly all the way to the ground. Maybe fist over the fist, so your forehead rests over both fists or over both hands or directly towards the ground. And find your body slowly, again, as you did in the other. Learn to create a safe environment for your body. So what does it feel like to create safety, to have the liberty, not to look like anybody expects you to look, but to find your way into this pose? And so what happens with your hips? What happens to the inner connections? Can you feel? Can you start feeling deep sections of your body? And have you having a conversation with them? What does it feel like to be right there in that position? What does it feel to give enough room to adjust, to modify, to soften head, neck, and shoulders, to relieve the back from holding the pose and to let it just for a second exhale? And how's the abdomen? How's my breath? Where am I breathing into? What is my body telling me? Where is the loudest conversation or communication to your body? And can I focus on that? Can I allow my shoulders and neck to be light and clear, and my torso to be slowly exhaling? One more time. Surrender. What is it that gets you through ideas of that might not be very constructive? What are the things that you hold on to that give you strength? Can you bring those right now in this moment to your heart? Can you let your body exhale kindly and breathe one last full inhalation? Feel that your body is filled. And where does the breath go? When your body is ready to exhale, never rush, never quickly very, very gently. Let your body inhale slowly, raise it, extend it, bring your torso back into center, and observe your body exhaling. This time, you're going to roll onto your left side, bringing your right leg gently forward as much as you need to, and you're going to bring your knees onto the ground, and you're going to slowly let your legs extend gently along your yoga mat into the floor so your thighs and your hips and your abdomen and your rib cage touch the floor, and you're going to exhale and you're going to breathe into this pose, allowing very, very gently all those muscles of your body that you were stretching. Let your hands and elbows, not to protect your back, not to hold your fists tight, but to soften your hands, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders, your neck area, your head, the hips. Sometimes we are tightening the glutes or the hip flexors so your lower back is protected. Find the way into the most comfortable and broad and restful position for your body. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's. Chin, forehead into the ground. Maybe the head moves farther away from the shoulders, forward towards the top of your mat, so your spine and your vertebrae column become a little bit longer. And so when your vertebrae column separates, and you can feel each and every one of those circular bones, right? It's almost like a triangle. They have three tips. Those three tips of the bone just separating from the other one, and the body of the vertebrae, the round part of it, separates from each other to create a little bit of extension and restfulness. And you'll find again inhalation that opens, that lifts your thighs and your glutes and your hip flexors onto the ground, that your neck is really extended forward, that your shoulders and elbows almost help your body create that traction of extension, toenails away from the crown of the head and the head away from your feet. Let your body exhale one last long deep breath in. Again, use your lungs. Really important, especially at this stage, that your body's able and willing to move. You're trusting your body's trusting you. And exhale into this pose. Bring softly your elbows in under your shoulders, under your ribs, whichever is most comfortable. Your legs are slowly extended. Allow your hands to slowly find the perfect position in front of your body, your elbows to find the perfect position under your shoulders. And your head is going to slowly move your chin towards your chest. And your torso is going to start very, very gently coming off the ground. So as if you're pressing your forearms and you adjust at every point. If your torso is lifting a lot higher, then your elbows might want to move in a little bit closer. And your head moves your chin slowly towards your chest to feel the cervical spine realigning, to feel the shoulder blades realigning, to feel the entire torso vertebrae column. Again, we move this vertebrae. Is your belly able to slowly retract a little bit? And you can still drag your torso forward away from the waist. Breath in. And so, what does the movement of the abdomen do to the lower back? The inner lining of your abdomen, right? Think about our reproductive system. Can we think about our digestive system? How many times, even this idea is almost taboo in our mind to think about? How do we take care of those internal organs, right? And their function is to maintain the body in this perfect balance. And how many times do I think about my column? How many times do I think about my small and large intestine? And how many times do I think about the size of my stomach and how do I feed it and what do I feed it inside and what is inside the lining of my stomach and what helps my digestion? Can I think about my gallbladder? Can I think about my liver? Can I think about of all the little things that are happening throughout as I gently take in nutrition through my body? When do I pay attention to those organs? Can I find two more breaths? Really lengthens the spine, but really opens the body. One last long deep breath in. Exhale. And then slowly flatten. Flatten your belly, open the elbows, release the arms. You know exactly what feels great for your body to rest gently, your torso towards the floor. And your body exhales. And you're going to
open your legs as wide as comfortable for your body. That means your right leg to the right, the left leg outside your mat to the left, and your toes are extended, and your hips are going to be wide. So your inner thighs are going to be wide. And your exhalation slowly presses, and you feel your pubic bone, the connection between the right hip and the left hip, that very center bone that touches the ground. By activating your glutes, you can press that pubic bone, right? Allow your abdomen and the lower abdomen to be supported. So feel your tummy for the first time in a while, pressing gently towards the ground. And maybe your belly button area moves. By moving my elbows in, I can stretch my belly button area away from my pubic bone. I can feel that extension, the very space below abdominal cavity. Very nice. And so, what does it feel to drag or to create thighs and knees to be just creating the traction into the floor? And maybe my right and left hand slowly open to the right and left side of the yoga mat. And maybe the elbows slowly start raising a little bit, and I can feel my body adjusting. My arms become wider, my pubic bone comes deeper, my glute muscles become active, and I start lifting. And I move my hands wider, farther out if I need less intensity, closer in if I need more intensity, and I open my inner thighs and I press slowly my chest, and my hips stay deeper to the ground and my shoulders drawn in. Can I find my head? Is my head able to slowly move the chin away from the throat and towards the sky? Not because I'm pinching my neck, it's because I'm extending through the throat, pulling my chest, pulling all the abdominal rectus, all the muscles into your abdomen cavity, and then stretch it and feel it all the way pulling from the root or floor of my pelvic area. And so what I feel on the right side is my right hip flexor, my left thigh, my glute on the left, my left hip flexor, my inner thigh. Can I feel my knees? Can I feel my calves? Can I feel my toes? Breathing, and allow my body to inhale one more time. Chin lengthens, pulls to pull you through your chin forward. Last long deep breath in, and then observe your back from the base of the spine. Gently come towards the ground, and you can feel extension. Slowly soften. Extend your head forward. Soften your body. Beautiful. Deep breath. Allow your body to exhale. You're going to flex the toes so they hide under your feet, under the ankles. And then you're going to bring your right knee to bend, if that's even possible. And maybe your right hand is going to reach slowly for that right foot. So by bringing the right side of your shoulder, by lifting my chest on the right side, I can rotate my torso until my right hand finds my right foot. And then slowly, by flexing that leg, I'm going to let my torso slowly, not fast, slowly come towards the ground until my right heel comes very close to my glute. And I can flex that right knee, and I can allow my quad muscles to stretch. I can bring my hip flexor on the right leg closer to the ground. I can bend my right elbow on my right shoulder so I'm not pulling. I am softly bringing the right heel closer and flexing my hamstring while my left leg remains long and extended. And I feel the body stretching forward through your rib cage. It doesn't mean touching all the way to the floor. For some of us, it means that my body, my torso lengthens away from that thigh, and my hip flexor comes a little bit closer. And I find my body breathing in without forcing, without tensing, letting the last three breaths really focus. Where's the breath come? And where's the breath empty from? Inhale. And then exhale. Very nice. It's your neck and your head and your shoulders aligned. Last one. Deep, deep breath. Significant. Exhale and then release very gently your right leg, your right foot, your right shin towards the ground. Beautiful. Deep breath. Relax for a few seconds. Take your hands under your forehead, hand over hand. Relax your rib cage. It's okay to feel pressure on the body. The body's pressing on the front. Is that okay to feel pressure on the belly? To feel that I'm actually pushing into points of my body that need to be pressed on. And I feel that my breath empties and releases all pressure. And I sink deeper into my yoga mat. Let your body, one last full deep breath. And exhale when your body is ready to exhale all the way through. And again, very, very kindly, your right arm then extends and opens. Your left arm comes around very softly, as if you're just rolling the torso enough that your left knee is able to bend. And your left hand maybe comes and reaches gently towards the left foot. And then as the elbow softens on the left, as the shoulder softens on the left, and I adjust as lightly as I need to, and as slowly as I can, then my torso returns back towards the ground, and I can feel that my left heel comes closer because I'm stretching not through the knee, not through pinching on my back or my hip or my ankle or my foot or even the left arm, but it's a flexion of the hamstring, so the extension of the thighs. And my rib cage slowly trusts the movement. I can feel my quads really activating, and I feel my breath really feeding. So, can I inhale, bring in oxygen, the importance of that oxygenation to the muscles? We've talked about it so many times. That is the, again, alkalinity, right? How basic, how less acidic the body becomes by breathing into it oxygen. And then we exhale the acidity, right? The CO2, the carbon dioxide out of the system. Every molecule of carbon dioxide mixed with a molecule of water turns into acid, right? Carbonic acid. So we want to really diminish that acidity in our system tissues. Can I feel my hip flexor coming closer to the ground? Can I press with my hips to the floor? Can I feel my lower back not compressed but extended? How's my head and neck adjusting so I can feel the extension of that position? How's my knee reacting? How's the position of my foot, my ankle, my toes supporting the movement of my knee or the positioning of my knee? Can I find that my left shoulder is not tense by flexing a little bit the elbow and raising it up towards the sky? Can I find one more time the breath that extends my torso away from the hips? Is my right hand, my right foot active? Can I really feel and focus into my quads? And really opening to exhale last two breaths. Really focus attention into the left thigh area. When the body exhales, squeeze it close to the ground. Finally, inhaling. And then slowly, very, very gently, let your body adjust. Let your body know what you're doing as you release. Let your leg, your arm, your shoulders, your hips, your back come back into crocodile position of the hands under your forehead. Rest your head into the back of the hands, soften the elbows and shoulders. Breath in, very nice. Inhale, inhale. Exhale all the way through. When and if your body's ready, we're going to allow the exhalation to empty all the way out. And then we're going to flex the toes. And toes are going to come under your feet. And your heels are going to be above the toes. Your hands are going to slowly come right under your belly, right under your pubic bone, right into the lower abdomen cavity. So the elbows are bent, the back of the arms are slowly into the floor, and you're going to slowly flex the toes. Your toes or your feet are as wide as you need to, and you're going to use your hands to hold the root of your legs and raise your hips. Your chin, your forehead remains on the ground, and you're going to simply raise your hips towards the sky by pressing your fingers, your hands into the legs, into the pelvic area, and then slowly breathe in. So, how does that feel for your neck, for your back, for the muscles of the lower back? Is your abdomen supported? Breathe in. Are your shoulders pressing to the ground? Find your inhalation. Again, do not force your back. If your back becomes tense, if your neck becomes tense, absolutely not the position for your body, and that's perfectly okay. Inhale slowly. Exhale all the way through. So if you're just pressing or pushing gently, pressing the hips and glutes slowly towards the sky, let your last two breaths exhale all the way through your abdomen. Feel your last one inhalation through your tailbone, tall, tall, tall. And then exhale and release your belly, hips, and thighs into the ground. Stretch your toes all the way away from your body. Place one cheekbone, whichever one you prefer, into the ground. Relax your arms, relax your elbows, roll your shoulders. Place a right or left ear, whichever one is closest to the ground, deeper into the floor. Can you let your head turn in such a way that the full cheekbone, that the full ear is closest to the floor? Roll your heels so your thighs and hips relax. Breathe in and exhale, release. So we feel guilty sometimes for not moving so much, that we move so fast, we seldom stop to just appreciate the moment. You have the liberty at this moment to appreciate just this very breath and moment with your body. You trust it to release it towards the ground, to let it completely touch the floor. Can you breathe again? Your breath always important to find rhythm, to find cleansing. You trust yourself into this exhalation that softens the body deeper to the floor. When your body is ready, exhale all the way through. And we're going to prepare in a gentle and slow motion as your body allows it to turn the head exactly in the opposite direction. Slow motion. Turn your head so the opposite cheekbone is on the ground and your opposite ear comes close to the floor. I learned the difference. If I were to come around and touch you from the shoulders and roll them away from each other towards the floor, feel that extension. If I were to touch you from the base of the head and just simply separate the cervical spine, your heels, your head, hips, and legs smooth and easy in the position. Are you lifting off the ground or are you in deeply into your yoga mat? Are you breathing in a way that rests your head, the senses, your neck, your bite? Can you invest 3 more breaths into this side of the body? Where are your micro adjustments? Are you checking every time that you exhale, you go deeper and closer to the floor? In your last full breath, empty your body as you exhale, and then very, very softly, not force, not rush, bring your head back to center very gently and let your body roll on its back. So one arm comes around your head, under your chest. Your head remains very low, and we're going to slowly roll over one side without lifting your head off the ground. Just simply roll it over that shoulder and place it directly onto the floor, facing up, with your legs extended along your mat. Your back slowly flatten into the floor, your shoulder blades rested into the ground, your head slowly softens. Bring very, very gently the right and the left knee to flex when your body's ready to flex the knees, and feet remain on the floor. Very slowly, you're going to allow the fingers to slide under the arch of your neck in that very natural curvature of your head and neck. And you're going to place your fingers as a pillow to lengthen the vertebrate column, as if you're just pulling your head
away from the neck and shoulders. So your fingers just enter into that little space and support that and see if your elbows and shoulders are able to be helpful here. And your body exhales very, very gently. Can you, at the same time, in the same way as you did before, flatten that lower back? So the lower back is deeper to the ground, your belly sinks in. Imagine that I'm going to place the palm of my hand right directly on your belly and press it down so your lower back flattens and your chin immediately draws in rather than lift it away from your throat. Let your chin draw in. Two more times. Observe your body exhaling. Are you giving yourself enough time to let the spine and the joints and your head and your shoulders and your hips rest? When your body is ready, we're going to exhale your hands away from the back of your neck so your head finally touches the ground. Your left and right knee slowly are going to contract over your abdomen. Flex your knees over your tummy. Make sure your neck remains long, that the back of your head extends away from the shoulders, that you're not raising, you're not lifting, you're not arching, that your rib cage slowly moves the lowest rib into the floor, and your legs slowly come towards the sky, extending them gently towards the ceiling, and your hands hold on to the hamstrings, hold on to the knees, hold on to the ankles, hold on to your big toes, and your body exhales. And feel that your head remains very long. So you're really stretching the vertebrae column by resting your head neutrally to the floor. Your knees are as flexed as they need to be, and your legs are being pulled gently towards the chest, towards the head, lightly with your hands. Not because you're lifting the shoulder blades. Your knees are as bent as needed to be. And then again, effortless movement of your spine to slowly extend. Hamstrings, back of your legs to extend. We started by moving those muscles deep into the leg area. Can you feel those muscles? Breathe into them. Pull lightly those tissues in the back of your legs, hamstring muscles, the back of your kneecap, the calf area, the heels, the toes, the elbows, the shoulders. Breathe. Can you find abdomen sinking, rib cage sinking? Really moving the legs so it opens those back muscles. So your back muscles are really stretching by sinking the tummy. And the jaw draws in so you can feel your shoulder blades even towards the ground and your cervical spine extending those. Every part of your body counts. Let your last two breaths. Exhale kindly to your belly. Last long deep breath in. And then slowly exhale and then release. Release your hands, your knees, your feet, your legs slowly come towards the ground. Let your feet settle to the floor. Walk your legs away from your body. That feels okay. Maybe for some of us, one leg needs to remain flexed and the other one extends, or maybe both legs remain flexed, or maybe both legs extend all the way away from the hips as much as your body allows it. And your abdomen and your belly flattens, and the hands find the perfect corpse pose or shavasana position, finding the back of the hands maybe touches the ground, and the back of the arms and shoulder blades move widest so the clavicles open, the chest opens, the jaw draws in to extend the neck into the floor. Are you really listening? What is it that you're listening to inside? But are you really paying attention? Are you present? And for a few seconds, we're going to invite the body to stay flat, to find your own relaxation posture, to feel your body sinking into the floor and finding a moment of stillness. And that usually starts in the mind. If the mind is not still, it's not focused, it's not concentrated on something, then it will start looking for things to bring it happiness. That's the whole point of the mind. The mind is the best friend and the worst enemy at the same time. But its purpose is to look for moments of happiness. Find that your stillness, not because you're blanking your mind, you're attaching your mind to that that brings the most permanent and spiritual happiness inside. What is it? Is it a word? Is it a sentiment? Is it a person? Is it a personality? Is it a picture in your head of a space or a land? What is it that allows our mind to be just connected? And can you breathe into that? And what does it feel like? Can you feel the sensations in your body of that? Can you recreate what is the sensation to be in that space, to feel that characteristic or word that you're thinking about, to connect? What is the emotion that connects you to that being or personality? What does that sound like to be in that energy? What does it smell like to be in their energy? What are the emotions that come from being in that space? And let it all soak in. We live, attach, embrace, while the rest of your body, when your mind becomes singly focused, then the body will only surrender. When the mind becomes focused into that spiritual connection, into that emotional connection, into that devotional feeling, then that is an open invitation on your heart to bring that divine energy in. And your body naturally reacts to that. Universe, love, God, that's all it or he or she wants, is to really have space so we can really create room for them to come in, to be expressed. Use all your senses. gently, body abandons itself to softness and observe gently that you're bringing in with inhalation all this very gentle energy into your body. That you're filling up and soaking every corner of your body with that. Do not let your intellect, right? Those biases that we have, all these thinking that we are so smart, that we understand everything when there's so many subtle things. Nobody's watching you. Nobody, you don't have to explain this to anybody's, just is your own internal process. Let that open a pathway for that to be your present moment, to soak in, to invite that loving energy into your physical body, into your mind, into your heart. And let your breath help you find that rhythm as you move into your legs, as you move into your arms, into your hands, and your body exhales kindly. And you stretch your body softly as if you're just waking up. Maybe your arms stretch to the sides or maybe above the shoulders over your head. And you stretch by bringing your legs together, maybe, and squeezing and extending your toes and arms. Lengthen your body as you exhale. Release. One more time, really activate your body as deeply as you want to stretch it, and you find your body, and you maybe arch it like a banana a little bit to the right and a little bit to the left, and let your body undo. Slowly roll very gently when you're ready over one side of your body. So you land one more time on your belly and chest. Very softly. Your head is very low. Your torso is moving softly. You're going to place your hands into the ground. You're going to raise your chest, abdomen, and hips, coming on hands and knees. Very, very gentle. Bringing your feet to cross over your ankles and to sit gently into most perfect position for your body. Whatever is your most perfect pose. In in this self-care mode, right? Of observing, being open and allowing things to happen inside of us without filtering anything, letting your hands, right hand first into your heart center, left hand on top of the back of your right hand, and press softly into your heart chakra. As you exhale, inhale, make a circular movement, whichever direction you prefer. Breathe in, follow your instinct, and then exhale as if you're sinking into your chest. One last time, make a circular movement around your chest. Holding onto your heart and heart energy, inviting this moment to be your muscle memory, your spiritual memory. That you carry, we carry this energy of peacefulness and harmony, of truthfulness in our daily activities so we can think and say and be the best reflection of selfless, divine love. Oh, Danny made it.